Hello, Sentinels. And if I mention dull mice, do you know what I'm going to be talking about? It's this evening for me, so I'm hoping wherever you happen to be, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, you'll bear with me. So, dull mice, what's that going to be? If you're thinking of Alice in the Looking Glass, or Through the Looking Glass, then maybe you'll remember. They sleep for about 6 months a year. And us humans, for us, it's turning out that based on the latest neuroscience, it's one of the things that is very important to the human race as such. If you have not slept the night before a test, got your 8 hours, then you've got a 40% less chance of actually remembering anything. So pulling all-nighters does not work. It will mean the difference between you flunking a test very badly or actually doing quite well. So get sleep if you're going to do a test, or you need to remember something, because if you don't, you'll lose 40% of it. That's quite a lot. That's near enough all of the effort you've put in. So aside from that, what's that got to do with ADHD? Well, in general, we have problems with self-regulation. So, and when that's to do with making decisions, so we have basically a limited amount of decisions that we can make. And sleep itself has got other bad points if you actually are sleeping less than 8 hours. You'll be overweight, you're less creative, you will have problems making new memories, as it turns out. And that means that anything that we do remember, and we have problems remembering anything that isn't to do with the particular thing that we're really interested in, then there's even less chance of that actually happening. So, for example, a friend of mine, he always says that he can't remember more than about 2 or 3 different things that somebody has been talking, or somebody who's been speaking to him, because he just can't retain it. Now, if you're sleep deprived on top of that, then the likelihood of anything sticking at all is pretty much zero. So if you've had a bad night beforehand and you're not sleeping the day after, boy, does that really decrease your chances of doing any good. So for people with ADHD, 8 hours of sleep, follow your circadian rhythms. That means basically whether you like it or not, you will need to follow the light day cycle that everybody does. And if you've got shift work, that can have adverse effects on your health. For example, there's a higher risk of you actually getting cancer if you don't get the sleep that you need. So get out the shift work, don't stay there. I did it when I was younger, and I thought, well, I'll sleep when I'm dead. As it turns out, what I've also learned in reading up on this before I actually came to this talk was the fact that you also it shortens your telomeres. That means basically the mitosis, that means the cells splitting, and the telomeres basically stop your DNA base pairs from unraveling. And basically, when they do unravel, you're dead, or they're fused together. So I was kidding myself when I'd pull 3 days without any sleep at all. It basically shortened my life, whether I like to accept it or not. And we sleep, and need to sleep, about 36% of our lives. That's about a third of the day. So if you get to 75, that's 25 years, and you've got to put up with it, because otherwise your brain doesn't function very well. And when your brain doesn't function optimally, then if you have ADHD, you've got even a less chance of actually retaining anything or remembering it. So with those 2 facts, I will say, have a good morning, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you may be. And as always, this is sponsored by Leaderstribe.tv. If you'd like to see the actual videos that actually back all of this up, the TED Talks, etc., I'm afraid I can't do that on Facebook because it doesn't allow me to share links to different talks, as far as I can see, apart from using hashtags. So I'll put those in the Leaderstribe YouTube channel, and if you can go and look at them there in the basically the show notes, you'll be able to see them. And that was number 25. And I will see you again tomorrow. And thank you very much for watching if you have been. I'd like to thank Julie, Tim, and Carol, as always. And with that, I will see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.